One of the coolest things about the internet is that we get to see myths and folklore come to life in real time. And I don't mean myths as in like life hacks or conspiracies. I mean urban legends and stories you'd tell your friends around a campfire. They're the kind of stories you tell to make other people's hair stand on end. There's an entire genre of internet folklore called creepypastas, which are basically copy and paste horror stories. Creepypastas have a really big community, and occasionally they will break into the mainstream with characters like Slenderhead and Siren Head. Usually people latch onto the characters in creepypastas because they scratch the same part of our brains that werewolves and vampires did way back in history. The subject of today's video is different. Today's video is not a character, it is a place. Today we are learning about the Backrooms and how they represent a great case study to see how folklore is created and how it evolves and spreads throughout a culture. Consider supporting me on Patreon or Ko-fi. You'll find the links below. Thank you. What makes internet folklore different from historic folklore is that we can usually pinpoint where ideas are born. In some cases, we know who created the characters, like Slenderman and Siren Head. But the Backrooms is a bit different. We don't know who originally created the Backrooms, but we know where it came from. The Backrooms originated on an anonymous message board, 4chan, specifically the Paranormal/X board. The original post read something like this. If you're not careful and you no-clip out of reality in the wrong areas, you'll end up in the Backrooms, where it's nothing but the stink of old moist carpet, the madness of mono yellow, and the endless buzzing noise of fluorescent lights at maximum hum buzz, and approximately 600 million miles of randomly segmented empty rooms to be trapped in. God save you if you hear something wandering around nearby, because it sure as hell heard you. This post appeared as a caption, and it was paired with a poor quality photo of a hallway with yellow wallpaper. The ceiling in the photo is adorned with fluorescent lights, and the carpet appears to be stained. This post quickly gained traction and was followed by other people making their own posts describing the Backrooms and what happens when you no-clip into them. By the way, for those who don't know, no-clipping, or no-clip, is a term from video games. Basically, it means the player has glitched their way through solid walls and has accessed an area they weren't supposed to. So essentially, the way you enter the Backrooms is by accidentally falling or trying to force yourself into a corner or solid wall, and you hope you slip through into this restricted area of reality. What originally started as a single post on an anonymous message board that was, in all likelihood, going to fall into obscurity and be deleted, instead grew to become a massive internet-wide phenomenon. The Backrooms eventually left 4chan, and people started making lore all over the internet. Some people created artwork for the Backrooms, and added different levels by using different creepy office space photos. And then other people took it a step further, like Dinnerbone777 and notably Kane Pixels, who created found footage animated films of the Backrooms. Those went viral, and they truly catapulted the concept into the mainstream. Some people really liked this additional content, but others didn't really like it, and they felt that people should stick to the Backrooms canon, and I use air quotes on canon if you couldn't tell there. The thing those people don't understand though, is that this always happens with folklore. The Backrooms is an open concept that anyone can add to. There is no canon, and I think Kane put it best in his interview with Anthony Padilla, when Kane said, "People are so caught up on what's canon and what's not. It's weird. Like, I don't think that matters. I think everything is canon to itself." Kane hit the nail on the head here, because that's exactly what folklore and mythology are all about. There is no canon to any of these stories, because we're all sharing in the process of creating and expanding them. So if you don't like that someone put Sonic and Friends in level 69 of the Backrooms, congratulations, that doesn't have to be your canon, and that's okay. It's like how there are some stories where vampires burn in daylight, but then there are other ones where they don't. Or how werewolves can sometimes only be killed by silver bullets, but in other stories, anyone with a weapon can kill a werewolf. You can decide how you want to use these folkloric creatures in your own stories, and the same goes with the Backrooms. Anyone can decide how they want to use the Backrooms in their own story, because it is a part of internet folklore. As of me writing this, the Backrooms movie is 3 weeks away. Whether it's good or just another cringy Hollywood cash grab, I don't know. But to me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change that the Backrooms are my favorite piece of modern folklore in a long time. They're really fun, and I can't wait to see what more people do with them as time goes on. If you're new here and you like mythology, folklore, and religious history, subscribe to learn more. I want to thank you all for watching and sticking with my channel over the last year-ish. I'm going to put out more videos this year, so stay tuned. So until next time, have a good one.